In this episode, struck by lightning,
Where's your tongue? Let's see it.
the Mythbusters tempt fate.
This won't hurt you at all.
Feels like I got a barbell stuck in my tongue.
Will body jewelry get you struck by lightning? Testing a medieval tree cannon.
I need somebody with a whip and a drum.
It's a blast from the past. And man versus machine.
Adam, the police officer, said you need to drink more.
In the battle of the breathalyzer. Who are the Mythbusters?
Am I missing an eyebrow?
Adam Savage.
I always enjoyed seeing Adam in pain.
And Jamie Heineman.
Jamie wants a big boom.
Between them, more than 30 years special effects experience.
Feel kind of sexy.
They don't just tell the myths,
Farewell, cruel world.
they put them to the test.
Come on, please help me up. Yes, we'll carry you. Hold on. I got struck by lightning? Yes. How the fuck did that happen? It's not.
In August 2003, Matt Thompson was hit by lightning in the hills outside Keystone, Colorado.
A bolt of lightning taken straight in the chest.
It just came out of nowhere.
The direct hit traveled all the way through Matt's body.
I had no clue what happened.
Matt's story was big news. On websites worldwide, the issue was raging.
Matt, you almost died.
Was Matt's metal tongue stud the reason he was struck?
So my tongue ring.
Oh, no, dude, you might have swallowed it.
Let me see. Where's your tongue? Let's see it.
Oh, it's broken off in there, it looks like. Let me see.
Body jewelry attracting lightning strikes? This looks like a job for the Mythbusters.
The myth is that wearing a tongue stud increases your chances of being struck by lightning.
So what kind of cockamamie theory is this?
Well, this cockamamie theory says that the lightning bolt is being attracted directly to it.
Like a lightning rod.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds kind of silly.
Being loaded into an ambulance with a fried tongue, you can bet Matt Thompson didn't think it was a silly myth. Still, the boys are skeptical.
It's obvious that jewelry does affect your body if you get struck by lightning, but the question still remains. Does it increase your chances of being struck by lightning?
For the tongue stud lightning test, 2 heads made from ballistics gel will be mounted near a lightning generator. One of the heads will be pierced with metal studs. Adam and Jamie want to know which head the charge jumps to.
That'll be fun.
Well, that's definitely why we're doing this.
The first job is to build a rig that will attract lightning. They need something big, metal, and round.
Ah, here we are.
That's them.
What, these?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're using woks because the round surface of a wok is a perfect thing to test an electrical field around because it doesn't have any point that can gather the electricity to a single point. 7, 8. It's like they knew we were coming.
Imagine that.
Normally, you'd probably put the heads on a spike, but that would not give us an accurate test as to the conductivity of the piercing as it relates to the whole head.
How am I going to get those out of there?
Back at the workshop, while Jamie grapples with removing the wok handles, Adam is going into reproduction mode.
I am going to take this casting of my head, and it is me, I swear, and I'm going to fill it with some rigid foam so I can cut it in half and turn it into a vacuform mold to make a bunch of ballistic gel heads. This is where things start to happen kind of fast. There's a point at which it gets clear again. There, see? Now it turns dark. Now it's just about to bubble. That's the trick. Now if you look in here, we can watch it. It's going to glow all the way up. Isn't that amazing? Oh, look at this. Here it comes.
All right, so I mixed too much.
Jamie, ahead of schedule, has found time for art.
I don't know what it is, but it's pretty. It's like a big steel tulip.
Adam, meanwhile, has a solid base for his mold.
There is something strangely satisfying about that.
But getting the plastic shell to form is proving to be a headache.
No, no. Come on.
Adam's really hard on my tools. He'll tend to plow through things without thinking.
Every time. I hate this frame. It's ripping my fingers to shreds. A little more comfort in your design. That's all I want.
It'll toughen your fingers up. It's good for you.
You, my fingers don't need toughening.
Here, let's see if it still fits. Ow. No, that doesn't fit. My head's gotten fatter in the intervening years. As if nobody knew that. All right, let's go do another 9.
Jamie is attaching inverted walks to the tops of metal rods. A non-conductive plexiglass spike will protrude above each walk to hold the dummy's head.
It has to be something that's not going to attract electricity on its own in any specific way. So this is a mount for the head, and when the electrical current, when the lightning bolt is attracted to the head, it'll go to wherever it wants to go on the head, not because of the configuration of this.
Adam has finally created 10 head molds. They need more than 2 in case the high voltage strike blows them apart. They'll be filled with ballistics gel and will mimic the electrical conductivity of the human head. Smart work. But Adam's about to do something not so bright. To get into the spirit of this myth, he's volunteered to get his own tongue pierced.
Hi, are you Joey?
Yeah, hi.
I'm Adam.
Nice to meet you, Adam.
Jamie?
Hey, Jamie, how you doing?
Good.
And, I'm here to get a tongue piercing.
Well, let's see your tongue. Yeah, we can put some jewelry in there for you.
All right. Have you ever heard any myths about tongue piercings?
No, I've heard some realities about tongue piercings. I don't know about any myths. What do you have in mind?
Well, there's a story going around about a woman in Britain who apparently was struck by lightning, and she said it was because she had a tongue piercing.
Never heard that one.
You never heard that one?
Never heard that one.
You ever had any complaints of anyone struck by lightning?
None of my clients have ever been struck by lightning. So these are some of the basic beads that I have for you to choose from. Probably the most comfortable size to start with is this one right here. If you want to go with something a little fancier, it's possible to wear gemstones for it as well. So if you want to get really flash, you can wear something like that.
What do you think, Jamie? Should I go flash or plain?
I think you should go for maximum conductivity, actually.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Do you have anything shaped like a little, lightning rod or
No
anything?
lightning rods, and we don't have any copper. I think you're going to have to go with the stainless steel.
All right, the stainless steel ball about that size was exactly what I was thinking about.
Okay, that should be great. So why don't you come on in here, have a seat on the dinosaur chair there.
Oh, do I get a lollipop when this is done?
You do get a lollipop when this is done, but only if you earn it.
He's just seen the needle. For once, Adam's at a loss for words.
All right, so, you ready? It's very, very quick and very, very easy. You can set your glasses right there. What I want you to do is swallow one last time. Breathe easy. Give me your tongue. There you go. This won't hurt you at all. I'm not going to pull on you. Just want to make sure I got you right where I need you. Piercing's real quick. I'm just getting lined up. Here you go. Give me a breath in and out. You're done. Your jewelry's in. I'm going to take the clamp off and screw the bead on the bottom, but it won't hurt you. You're absolutely done. Let me just make sure the beads are tight. You can have your tongue back. There you go. You're done.
All right. Woo! That was not so bad. Oh, but now I'm talking all funny. Feels like I got a barbell stuck in my tongue, man. How about that?
Get it back here.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
In August 2003, Matt Thompson was struck by lightning in Colorado.
This is my tongue ring.
No, dude.
Was the lightning attracted to his metal tongue piercing?
Oh, it's broken off in there, it looks like.
To test the myth that body jewelry increases your chance of being struck, Adam and Jamie have enlisted the help of Delta Star West. They manufacture industrial-grade electrical machinery.
You still feel nice and cool.
Adam's freshly made gelatin heads are the focal points.
He has to suffer as much as I have.
A metal stud expertly fitted to one dummy's lower lip.
I should have been a surgeon. All right, let's see how it does.
We have this gigantic bank of capacitors, which creates over 1 million volts at something like 1,000 amps. And it's sending electricity across this wire, through this electrode, and these heads, which are grounded, will complete the circuit.
Essentially, they're making mini lightning at the flick of a switch. 1 million volts stored in a capacitor will discharge down a wire, jumping to the ground through one of the two heads.
We're hoping to find that it shows a preference to go to one head or the other. And if it shows a preference to go to the one with the barbell, then we'll know that you're more likely to get struck by lightning. If it doesn't, if it goes for this head, then the myth is busted.
Real lightning can be over 100 million volts. It kills about 100 Americans a year. This 1 million volt jolt would still turn you into toast. Everyone's keeping a safe distance.
We're good.
The lightning will discharge into one of the heads. It takes just a fraction of a second. It's hit the head on the right. You can see it in freeze frame. Here it is again on high-speed camera.
Well, it went to the one without the barbell in it.
It did.
We learned a couple of really important things from the first test, and the first thing was that the lightning bolt went to the top of the head and no place else on the electrode, which tells us that that our rig is nicely set up. It's pretty neutral, and we are getting current to go through the head itself and not through the steel. The second most important thing that we learned about this was that the discharge actually went to the head without the piercing. So this is not looking too good right now.
But the testing has just started. In the interests of accuracy, they move each head to the opposite spike.
We're just doing a control by swapping the heads on the rig and making sure that the rig doesn't prefer one direction or the other.
This time it hit the stud head.
Well, one, I think, really important thing that I just saw was, I guess I was focusing in the right place at the right time. I saw the lightning bolt travel down like this, and it went right along this pathway. It did not go to that. So even in the head, if this was an attractant, thing for the lightning bolt, it would have gone there and down or something like that. It didn't. I clearly saw it take a pathway right down to the top of this.
We're good to go on another shot.
So the lightning hit the head, but not the stud.
Same thing.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Interesting that it really doesn't do anything to the gelatin that we can see.
Truly.
So that's 2 strikes to the pierced head, 1 to the control head. Will swapping them back make a difference? It's the pierced head again, but a confusing pattern is emerging. The charge often goes to the piercing side, but it never seems to touch the metal. The Mythbusters won't be satisfied until they can see the lightning hit the stud directly.
Jamie, we've now run this a dozen times or more. The heads are working perfectly. The rig is working great. We're getting consistent strikes, always to the top of the head. Not once has the lightning gone right for the stud.
Yeah, all we've got left to do is put a bunch of studs in there, some really big ones maybe, see what happens, see if we can get something to react to them.
Like nuts and bolts and knives and forks?
Yeah.
Adam has apparently read the Hannibal Lecter style guide.
All right,
I think that's a pretty good look there, Jamie. What do you think?
Well, maybe more is better.
Let's fire it up.
Okay.
I mean, it went to the head with the studs in it.
Still didn't touch the studs. Went right down through the middle.
Yeah.
Maybe even more metal. Of course, if your tongue piercing is this big, lightning is the least of your worries.
I saw it go into the top of the head and go out to the bolt and back in.
It just goes to show, you know, don't put any really big bolts in your mouth during a thunderstorm.
Finally, a test for the mother of all studs.
Well, cheek piercing there.
It's unlikely to catch on at many nightclubs, though it might just help you get in the door. Will it attract lightning? At last, a direct hit.
Well, that knocked the doorknob right out of his face.
The Mythbusters are unconvinced that studs attract lightning. While the Zap did seem to prefer the head with the piercing, a lack of consistent direct hits suggests some other unknown factor was involved.
We could have done this 1,000 times and still not gotten that same result. You know, lightning is just really unpredictable.
You know, that might be the case, Jimmy, but we do know that metal does have an effect, you know, depending on how much of it there is and where it is on the body. And we did get a strike right to the doorknob, but come on, who wears a doorknob?
The only thing this myth has shown the guys for sure is that Adam's wild days are over.
Heaven. Oh, God. That was horrible. There we go. My tongue is free.